Father called to Calvary. He took the walk for you and me. Then they nailed him to a tree. No, me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down. Excuse me. What do you say? Me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. Listen to me. So no matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see, I know I have the victory, so I can't sit down. He bless the fire down in my soul, and the Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies. I give me pass and he testify. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. My God, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. I refuse. He's been good to me. I gotta testify. Put up your hands and give him praise. Put up your hands and Grenada, 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 Grenada. Somebody give him glory. I say no way. He's been too good to me. I gotta test. No matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see, I know I have the victory, so I can't sit down. He bless the fire down in my soul, and the Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies. Please give me pass, let me testify. Say me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. God bless you, Grenada.
This one dedicated to all Grenadans. Yeah, man. Wave your hands. Hey, hey.
NNB, we marching on to victory. NNB, we marching on to victory.
Tell them again.
NNB, we marching on to victory. NNB, we marching on to victory. Jump and shout, tell it all about. We shall have the victory.
When me say,
Jump and shout, tell it all about. We shall have the victory.
hey,
Me and me neighbor
yes, man.
in the house together.
All right.
Me and me neighbor
Oh, man.
rebuilding Grenada.
Yes, man.
Me and me neighbor
All
in
right.
the house together.
Yes, man.
Me and me neighbor voting and in peace. Jump and shout, tell it all about. We shall have the victory. With NNB leading the way,
On ahead.
we are seeing better days.
Yes, sir.
Grenadians will decide, NNB give us pride, so we ain't gonna make no change.
No change.
NNB leading the way,
Right away.
we are seeing better days.
Yes, me friend.
And a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Tell a friend, tell a family member, Talking Points is on.
All right.
Remember to like and share, so those who don't see, at least they might hear.
In the house together,
All right.
me and me neighbor
No change.
voting and in peace. Jump and shout,
Jump and shout.
tell it all about.
Yeah, man.
We shall have the victory.
We must win. Hey.
Jump and shout,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, in that kind of, you understand, yeah.
we shall have the victory.
That kind of mood, you understand, yeah.
Lead the way.
And you man we boss.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
I'm bad man that.
NNB, we marching on to victory.
Everybody.
Let me remind them of something now, man. Let me remind them of something. Sometimes, you know that us get us twisted and tied up and so on. So let us remind them of something.
The house solid and the pillar strong. Those plenty progress in my land. Opportunity for the young people. The money program and skills training too. We taking Grenada to a higher level. Concession farmers getting people between me and you. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. National Stadium. Don't stop it. Fish market in town. Don't stop it. The bus terminal. Don't stop it. Cruise ships and all. Don't stop it. General Hospital. Don't stop it. Nurses school start tall. Don't stop it. Depot expansion. Don't stop it. Repair of police station. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress.
You know what? Nah, let me touch our next one for them, man. Let me touch our next one. We're going down the road tonight.
We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We are the NNP.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Yeah, we're loosening up a little bit, yeah.
Grenada in Shida is our. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. You don't see everybody sour.
What's the first?
That is why we bringing back Jonah.
How you
We
mean?
will deliver. We will deliver.
Everybody.
We will deliver. We will deliver.
You don't know.
People wanted change, so we give them change. No, it's big horrors. They wanted dollars. Unemployment high, for people go slow. For this country
What?
growth, and the sea must go.
How you
We are
mean?
the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will. We are
Everybody.
the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. Grenada in Shida is our. We will
The whole.
poverty rising by the hour.
What?
You don't see everybody sour.
What's your face?
That is why we bringing back Jonah.
Every
We
time.
will deliver.
Smile again.
We will deliver. We will
Smile again.
will deliver. 4 years no investment, can't see no betterment. Only promising, but nothing happening. Well, how me country run is of great concern. Grenada fall.
You know, it's a one in here for a long time. Let me touch that one because that is a, yeah, we had to do it. We got to change the names on this one. Yeah, we had to change the names because our old one. So let me touch one. Let me see. Young Song.
NNP. Don't waste no time.
We throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Straighten it.
Throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Right now.
Throw in and they say in the garbage can. Throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Deacon.
In the garbage, full of ton. In the garbage, Allen. In the garbage, Nazim Bob. In the garbage, Gilbert. In the garbage, Osbert. In the garbage, Lambert. In the garbage, John Parcel. In the garbage. They feel that we stupidity. We don't know we cannot see. It's men from the RNC that want to come back and rule we. We telling them loud and plain. We ain't jumping foot again. We don't want no hijackers to hijack Grenada again. Throw in and they say in the garbage can. Throw in and they say in the garbage can. Throw in.
Sometimes you just have to do the thing like that, yeah?
Throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah. It is the Friday night forum sometime. Yes, I have to start up a little bit. One more, just for my good friend. Let me say a very belated happy birthday to my good friend, my good buddy, my fellow April guy, Elvin. I nearly say Elvin McKilquin, no? Evelyn Alexander, the Zingo. Yeah, yesterday was Zingo's birthday, you understand? Yeah, that's the fellas who give us Zingo. What kind of tune and them you give us already, man? Let me see if you have one here. Yeah, you might have one here I could touch.
St. George's Northwest is in the house. Where my St. George's Northwest posse there? Ah! When we call and then be answer. When we call and then be answer. Oh, when we call and then be answer.
Hold on, we coming to the phone lines just now.
Vote for. 8 years now we walking, doing nation building.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
No election coming.
Yeah, we're gonna come to the phone lines in a little while, yeah?
What you take me for?
Good night to you, Zoe. Good night to you, Zayla. Good night to you, Xavier. Good night to you, Adejan. Good night to you, Neela and Namara.
So now we call and then be
I'm
answer.
gonna go for the listen a little while, yeah?
Vote for the NNP. For peace and stability. Vote for the NNP. For love and tranquility. Vote for the NNP. Oh, yeah. Stability. Oh, yeah. have your 2 eyes to see what's done in this country.
Zingo, you know about all of them. That's the one I like the most here. You know?
Look how much was done. Who goes there? Who goes there?
Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of blood. Wave your national color, wave your national flag. Let them know that Grenada ever conscious of blood. Flag on the head, flag on the hand, flag on the hand, flag on the back, flag on the pole, flag on the street, flag on the table that they eat, flag on the left, flag on the right, flag in the day, flag in the night, flag on the link, flag on the link, flag on the eagle that was him.
Is the most flags the madman ever see. On a 32nd anniversary. When I see flags, so I hold me head and ball. I could not believe it.
Yes, indeed, folks. I'm going to open the phone lines.
And everybody started gathering, just up in the red, yellow, and green down the in whether or not it
440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. But, you know, I had to kind of flip it a little bit because I get a piece of news there. Oh, boy. Yeah, I get a piece of news there. Oh, boy. Yes, folks, let me just announce that our good friend Turkey, who we have been asking for assistance for, passed to the great beyond this afternoon. I just received several messages. I wasn't paying attention to the phone as I started the program. So I'm seeing several messages here from his family and from others, just letting me know that our good brother Turkey has gone to the great beyond. Yes, so the condolences of the Talking Points family to his family and his friends, the St. David New National Party, and to all of you in St. David on the loss of our brother Turkey. He passed to the great beyond earlier this afternoon. So we send our sympathy to his family. And we open the phone lines, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, that just killed my vibes there one time. Yeah, I ain't lying to tell all you. That one kind of, yeah, boy, what? Yeah, but, yeah, it is as it is, huh? Yeah. So, again, our good friend Turkey, we have been making the call for assistance for him on this program. And we're just learning that he's gone to the great beyond. We have a call online. Good evening.
Sheldon,
Hi, good evening.
I like how you start up that program, my boy.
Bull.
Yes, I like how you start it up. And I need some more.
No, you'll get some more because I know Turkey and Turkey would have been
Yeah,
enjoying that kind of
more,
thing.
man. It's time for this thing. It's time for NDC realize we coming through.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. It's time.
Right.
And I enjoying it right now. We are sitting here.
Okay.
So just give them all what you know. All right, then.
My brother.
Take care.
No problem. Yes, indeed, folks. And just to let you all know, and we'll come back to our brother Turkey. I expect to hear some of you from St. David calling in. My good brother Oliver Joseph, I know you must be taking that one pretty hard, my good brother Oliver Joseph. Auntie Agista, I know that you're also taking that. Oh God, I could imagine the state of Auntie Agista. Right? And I spoke to her just earlier this afternoon. Me and her was speaking just not even a good 2 hours ago we were speaking. Yeah, so to know that this has come and it has happened now, that's, oh boy, yeah. But I know my partner. And I know my partner is the same one that would have put on green paint from top to bottom and go out and enjoy himself. Yeah? I know that was one of the people. He was in Calypso and in everything. So he wouldn't want us to come and do the thing dead. We had to do it for him. Yeah? So if we're doing it for him, we had to play a song that I know he'd like. And let me play this one for him, man. Nah, that's not the one I want to play, you know. That's not it. No, we had to touch this one. Because he would want us to make sure that at the next election, this becomes the reality.
Not one seat for them.
NDC can come back at all.
Not one seat for them.
We want progress
election day, let the progress continue.
Not one seat for them.
We cannot take that chance.
Not one seat for them.
Yeah, man. We go make sure we go do it for you, brother.
Seat for them.
We got to keep moving. So this election, when all you vote, let us bury Nazim. 5 years ago,
Sorry, some of them songs we had to do a little rewrite and thing, eh?
cause the country needed to be rearranged. LDC got in power. The country they couldn't run. Instead of lifting us up, them buggers they bring us straight to the ground. Look at how the country.
440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. St. David's people, I expect to hear you all.
The only time we country does make progress.
Not one seat for them.
Get the broom and let we sweep clean.
Not one seat for them.
And just to let you all know, as of Tuesday coming, the new list will be out. Let me tell you the importance of that list. On Tuesday coming, the amended list, and let me see if I can find the document here. The amended list will be out. And it is important. Yeah, it is important for each and every one of us that we double check, triple check, quadruple check, yeah, that list to ensure, I know how to say the rest, to double check that list to ensure that who on it is who's supposed to be on it. Because remember, over the past few months, in particular during the month of February, we had a significant number of people that arrived within the state of Grenada and were told, contrary to the laws governing elections and so on, were told that you have to register. Because if you don't register, you're not getting your ticket to return to where you come out, be it in Canada or be it in North America or wherever. They were told that unless you are registered, and you have to prove that you are registered. So you have to show proof of registration. You were not going to be, and that is not something that is a rumor out there. It is a fact. It is a fact that people were brought in by the numbers. Yeah? Whether these individuals were paid for by the state of Grenada or the NDC as a political organization left to be seen. I know that Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell does have some questions before the Parliament in relation to expenditure during the independence celebrations. And those questions are on the order paper for the Parliament sitting that is going to be taking place next week, Thursday. So let's see if some answers will be forthcoming in relation to these things. So we know that people were brought into the country and they were registered. And some of these people, imagine you have people that never live a day in their life in a particular constituency. For instance, you have people who never live a day in their life in St. George Southeast. I'm just using an example here. They're not from there. They may be from Hermitage in St. Patrick, and they migrated 20, 30 years ago, and they have been living in the United States. They have come home to the state of Grenada for the first time in 10 years, in 15 years, some of them from since they go. The first time they came in was for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of independence. And these people registered in areas that they're not from. How that happened is another question, but it ought not to be taking place. So the people have no connection to a particular constituency. So let's say they're from Hermitage in St. Patrick originally. That's where they're from. That's where they're born. That's everything. They lived there all their life before they went away. They come back in, but they decide they're not going and register in St. Patrick. They come and they say, okay, I like this person, so I go in and register in St. George Southeast. So I go in and register in the town of St. George. Or going and register in some other seat, but not where they're from. And not only that, the electoral law is clear. The voter registration law is clear. It says that a person must be living in an area for 12 months consistently. Not you live for 3 and you go and you come back. But you have to be living there for 12 months in order to be registered in that constituency. In my personal belief, there have been many breaches of this part of the act. How are we going to find it? Each and every one of us have a responsibility to check the voters list when they are posted on Tuesday. Each of us have a responsibility. If you are from a particular area, you will know who is from that area. And this is something you have to leave up. You see, I keep saying this in relation to various things. In many instances, the sheep outside and it dead. And the two brothers saying, well, I thought Big Brother was seeing about it. And Big Brother saying, I thought Little Brother was seeing about it. A week, the sheep out there, it tie up until it die because it had nothing to eat. The sheep dead. But both brothers think the sheep okay because they ain't checking on it because each one think the next one doing it. Don't end up in that situation when it comes to things like the voter registration list. Don't take the approach that somebody else doing it so I don't have to. Don't take the approach that the office is doing it or the NNP main office is doing it. Don't take that approach. The NNP main office don't know all the people in your area. The constituency office don't even know all the people in your area. The NNP office within your constituency. They will not know all the people within the polling division. You have to be the eyes and ears of the party. You have to check the list in your area. And if you find names that are not supposed to be there, some you may be able to identify. You could see them. You know for a fact that person doesn't live there. So you can have the person's name. You report that. Give it to your NNP representative in the constituency. Give them the name of the person so that they can do the follow-up. Yeah? The team leaders for the different constituencies, give it to them. Get it to them. Because there will only be, if I could remember correctly, 7 days after the publication to get these people off the list. And remember something, if those names remain there and then an election is called, these people could vote, you know. They don't even have to have the voter registration card. The qualification is that your name have to be on the list. So they can present some other form of identification, and even if they don't have any form of identification, if the representatives of the different political parties are there and they can identify them as the person that they say they are, these people will be allowed to vote. So, and remember, in St. John constituency, how much votes separated the New National Party from the NDC in St. John? Not just about 10. So if you have 10, 11 votes that separate the two political parties there, and they decide, look, that was too close, so we're going to send a 200 votes in St. John to try and shore up the NDC vote inside there. You have to be on guard for that because these may not be people that should be registered in St. John. And if an election takes place with these people's name on the list, they will be allowed to vote. And if it's challenged, then afterwards, you go through all the court process. And so by the time that court process finishes, you're looking at an next election again. So it is up to all of us when that list comes out on Tuesday. It is up to all of us. And notice I'm not putting it on you and taking myself out. I have a responsibility too. So we all have a responsibility to check the list. We have to make sure our name is there and other people who we know their name should be there, make sure the name there. And the name and get suspiciously bumped off of the list. We have a responsibility. Not to the New National Party, you know. We have a responsibility to our country. We have that responsibility first to ensure that the voters list is a proper and clean list to face an election. Let me also let you know that under the budgetary allocation for the electoral office for the year 2024, the kind of money that has been put under the electoral office, I'm going to check the figures. I don't want to call a figure and have the wrong figure. So I'm going to check the figures in a short while and give you it. But the amount of money that has been put there is the amount of money that usually is put under the electoral office in a year that you're having an election. Yeah? So if on a yearly basis you give them 1 million and during a year with an election you give them 4 million, then that is what is taking place now. they have more money than they have on a normal time. Now, there has been discussion, if I can remember properly yesterday, there was a discussion between the electoral office, the supervisor of election and his team, and teams from various political parties, as well as representatives of civil society, and met with the electoral office and discussed several things. And I know one of the issues that came up at that meeting was the issue of a new voter registration system. And I think we need to hear much more about that new voter registration system. I'm talking about, my mind, my partner. Yeah. The new voter registration system. And that new voter registration system, if and when it is put in place, because number one, we need to find out how much does the new voter registration system cost, if indeed one is being put in place. The Office of the Supervisor of Elections have consistently said that Grenada's system needs to be updated. The people who created the voter registration system that we have now, the electronic system, that company no longer exists. And I see people, foolishly so, have been trying to blame the New National Party for that. Or you could blame the New National Party. The voter registration system was put in place in the year 2010, innit? The New National Party wasn't in office when the present system was put in place. When computer went missing in St. Paul's and so on, it was not the NNP that was in power. Yes, so don't blame us for the system that's there. But a new system has to be put in place that is going to take a lot more information in relation to voters and so on. So that new system has to be purchased. So questions like, will the new system, in putting it in place, will they go through the proper procurement procedure? Will they advertise that they are looking for such a system, get quotations from various companies that provide such systems, and will they then bring that to the procurement board to find out, well, okay, which one should we go with based on their ability, one, to put the system in place, two, integrate the existing system, three, maintain the system for at least a 10 to 20 year period. Because in 10 years, you may be using more AI and that kind of thing. So at least you want to know that your system can last 10, 15, 20 years. So that there are different, you build it out in a way that it can encompass new technology and so on. Like how some people are building houses now. They build their houses so that it could take new technology. Not like long ago when you're building and you had to run a set of phone lines all through and so on. No, people ain't going that direction again. You just drop one line inside and everything else is wireless and so. So all of these things have to be taken into consideration. So while there are one group of people that are looking at that and looking at what system is coming, what the system will we have to ask the questions like, for instance, and these should be things that the electoral office is telling to the Grenadian people. We shouldn't have to be asking these questions. Will the new system mean that we have to get new voter registration cards? Will the new system mean that we have to go through a re-registration process? Or will you be able to use the information that is already there and add in the additional areas? So we have to find out all of these things. So the electoral system, there is the talk of changing the electoral system, but there's also something that I think many of us need to be careful with. I saw recently, and I asked somebody to send me the picture, somebody who have it send the picture to me, of the senator who is the attorney general, who is the person who believes that they are the actual MP for the Tonga St. George. Me and you know that 666 days ago, yeah, there's a kind of number here, 666 days ago, tonight, maybe that's why I didn't want to do program tonight, 666 days ago, that the NDC, while they won the election, they did not win the Tonga St. George, but you have a woman that walking around acting like she's the MP for the Tonga St. George. But we know who the town of St. George belongs to. We know who is the member of parliament. When they have sitting of the lower house, we know who goes and sits in the seat of the MP for the town of St. George. If they feel is the MP for the town of St. George, go and try and sit down in the seat when it have sitting of the lower house. But that person, they were hanging around with a box talking about vote 2027. That is a trick. Don't fall for it. They're trying to make you complacent. Don't fall for it. They put out that picture because they want you to believe that you have enough time. You don't want to go and get people registered now. Remember, they bring in their groups of people. They bring in all the people and they get them registered during the independence, and they plan to do the same thing for the carnival. They're planning to do the same thing for the carnival. Yeah? So don't get tied up. Don't watch this thing with a pass around box saying vote 2027 or election 2027 or whatever. Don't look at that and feel that that is the beginning and end all of everything and that elections are going to be taking place in the year 2027. So you don't need to get your work done now. Talking about, when who having convention and all kind of thing. What convention if your constituency is not organized? What are you telling me about? If your constituency is not organized, how can you even select delegates and so on if your constituency is not properly organized? That's what you should be focusing on. An election could be called at any time. And it means that as a political organization, you must reorganize and organize. So you all need to make sure that those constituencies, thank you so very much, my love. I know. You see, I have people that love me. I know people that love me would make sure and send it for me. Yeah, and one person has sent it for me. Let me just open it up to let you all see what I'm talking about. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You see that? That is a trick. From the pit of hell, that is a trick. Don't fall for it. This is a trick. It is a psychological trick on you. They want you to believe that election is in 2027. Election could be in a few months from now. It could be in a few weeks from now. Yeah? Election could be before Carnival or right after it. It could be just after Christmas or before Christmas. It could happen at any time. So don't take no brango. Yeah, that's a word. Yeah, brango from them with this Victory Fund 2027 nonsense. Stupidness. They're trying to tie all you up because some people go see it, and we know it does happen. Every election it does happen. That you call an election date and you have a set of people that have to go and stand up in long line and cussing about who wicked and who didn't want them to register and who afraid and all kind of nonsense. You just hear that anybody when an election is called, unless their birthday was within a day or two of when that election date was called and registration was closed off, anybody else, you're responsible, not who call the date. Yeah, the people, they call the date because they're afraid, so they run and they call the date. No. They call the date when they feel to call the date. You had a responsibility to get registered. So don't look at no 2027 and feel that that is when thing coming. Don't let that tie you up. Don't let that. No, it's on that side, right? Don't let that. Tell all you, switch left to right here. Don't let that. You see the thing there? You see there? Don't let that trick all you. Check the voters list when it comes out next week. Make sure you check it. Make sure the people who are on it are who's supposed to be there. And anybody that should not be there, make a note of the name and pass it to your new National Party representative. Yeah? Make sure that you do that. Right? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get into the inside of tonight's program. I want to have another NNP song there, boy. Let me try next one day, you know. I think I have a next one day.
NMP, St. George's to St. Andrews, St. Patrick's to St. David. Chantimel to Mount Craven.
Yeah, you all know I'm talking on my mind, my brother, eh? My real brethren, man.
We're on the road. NMP on the road.
Brother Oliver Joseph, give me a call, man.
We're on the road. Go tell our enemies. NMP on the road. NMP guide us. We on the road, yeah. NMP guide us. Be our guidance. Make intercession for us.
666 days, 666, yeah. That's how long the National Democratic Congress has been in office, yeah.
NMP on the road.
We had a fire down in the south today, yeah.
We're on the road.
And our sympathies go out to the business owners and those who may be displaced. Their employment may be displaced, whether permanently or temporarily, by today's events.
We on the road.
I was home this morning and I was hearing the fire truck, I think from the airport, coming down and different things, you know.
And they pay. They say we send a spy, but just to put a boy in jail. But then it be higher than an eye. We don't mix up in a dime. Tell them boys, them are right. And the P is standing on the rock. Hey, we're on the road.
Yeah, finally quiet tonight, boy.
NMP.
39 minutes after the 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada.
We're on the road.
Don't worry, I'm fighting through it.
Go tell our enemies. NMP on.
Boy, you have to help me fight through it, eh?
NMP guy. We on the road, yeah. Tell them. If we fight, tell them be careful, cause the house is in light. The house is in order. So tell your neighbor, brother, sister, and father, the house is vital. We're on the road. NMP on the road.
And we have a call online. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, good night, sir.
I want to send a condolences to my brother Turkey family. I encourage them to be strong. It's not an easy time when you lost a loved one. And Brother Sheldon, you're playing some of the songs there. I think we need to rewrite some of the song, direction some of the song. Instead of chewing Eisenberg and them, we have to be chewing Deacon, all of the MPs in the garbage bin. Alright, Brother Sheldon, that's what I see for that too.
All right, great. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
440-7377. That's 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to the inside, huh?
The house solid and the pillar strong. No stopping progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillar strong. No stopping progress. Take a good look around.
Yeah, folks, don't let them fool all you with things like this, yeah? Don't let them fool you all with things like this. You see this thing? Let me show you. This particular part here. You see that road to 2027 thing? Don't let them fool all you with that. Don't let them fool you all with that nonsense. Yeah? You see that? Don't let them fool you with that. What they are doing there is they're trying bit by bit to put it in your mind that you have time. That's what they're trying to do. Don't worry, you don't need to go and register now. Man, only could go and do that next month. And when next month reach, now you have time, 2027, man. You could do that later in the year. Don't bother, man. You don't have to rush to go and do that now. But while they're telling you that and while they're trying to make you feel 2027, they're making sure that all of their people are registered now. They're making sure that all their people registered. But they're showing you that and they have you thinking now 2027. So they have their big and bad man. Road to 20. No, I put the wrong mouse there. Road to 2027. You see this thing here? You see that? That is a trick. Don't get take. Or how some of them used to say it before, don't get trick. That is what they're trying to pull on all you. Don't listen to them and that 2027 stupidness. Get yourself registered now. This tells me that elections will not be in 2027. This tells me that elections will be sooner than that, much sooner. But they want to catch you with your pants down. That's what they want to do. They want to catch you with your pants down. When they're doing nonsense like this, road to 2027 may foot. They want to trick you. So it is up to you to make sure that you're registered. You may not have ensured that you registered at the last election. There are many people who were not registered at the last election. They didn't take the opportunity to get themselves registered. They didn't partake in the electoral process and so on. You have the opportunity to correct that mistake. You now have the opportunity to correct that mistake. You have the opportunity to ensure that by the next election, you are registered. Even they talk about the new registration system. Don't take that just so, because some people saying, well, if they bring in a new registration system, we might have to go and register again. And because we might have to go and register again, what sense it make to register now? Don't take it for granted. Get registered now. Don't take it for granted. We find time for all kind of things in this country. We find time for all kind of things. Some things that we may consider important, some things that we may not consider important, we find time for it. Yeah? A lot of people, they find time to go and different places and talk people business that had nothing to do with them. They find time for that. We find time to go sometime, go a place and spend hours. We might lie in there, drink all kind of thing nonsense. We find time for that. So we should be able to find just the few minutes that it will take to find ourselves at one of the registration offices and ensure that we are registered and ready. And I always use that terminology, registered and ready. We need to be registered and ready so that when the time comes, that you don't have to be one of the people that stand up in the line, whether sun or rain, or you're there and you have to try and leave work early to go and try and register. Make sure that you're registered early. You have the time now. In fact, everyone who is hearing my voice right now, because you'd be very surprised that there are people who you might even hear calling the program from time to time. There are people that you see as big supporters of the New National Party. You know them, they're very vocal. They speak out when they check the voters list, the name not there. Because they just lackadaisy in relation to getting registered. In fact, don't be afraid to check the list and see if you see my name too, Check and see. Do not be afraid, check. Don't take it for granted. Check the list. We have a call online. Hello, good evening.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear.
Do we have to re-register?
Not as far as I've heard thus far.
Okay.
Right? Were you registered at the last election?
Long time.
Right. So if you are registered for the last election as it is right now, I do not believe that you don't have to get registered again. But if you were not registered then, because remember a re-registration process took place starting in 2020, yeah? Because I remember doing it just before COVID hit, I did mine. So some people between then and general elections in 2022 did not re-register. It is important to re-register.
Okay, another point. I saw something on Facebook posted by Honorable Ron Reddit or the country would have a growth of 4.1 in 2024. So can you explain that?
The country had a growth of?
We'll be having a growth of 4.1% in 2024.
I wouldn't doubt that, because it's where you're measuring it against. So I wouldn't doubt that you would see growth, because remember, you're coming from a situation where in 2020, you went negative. In 2021, in 2022, you started to recover. In 2023, you started to catch yourself. And in 2024, you would see growth. It will happen in spite of who is in office right now. It has nothing to do with Ron, and it has nothing to do with the NDC. They just happen to be in the chair while it happens. The rain doesn't fall because you went outside and hang your clothes, you know. The rain fall because that's the time for the rain to fall. The atmospheric conditions are correct for the rain to fall. Hello? Hello? Okay, it seems as we lost that caller, yeah. So I will not say that they're wrong that you have a growth of 4.1. I wouldn't say that it's wrong. But it is where it's coming from. Yeah? That has nothing to do with the NDC has done absolutely nothing to cause economic growth in this country. In fact, they have done quite a lot that has damaged economic growth in this country. And caller, you can call back because I'm not too sure what happened with the call there. Yeah? So this one, they have not done an Article 4 on that one yet. Okay. So I'm saying, if you see growth, for instance, and we spoke about that earlier this week, when they were speaking about growth in the tourism industry. Growth in the tourism industry had nothing to do with NDC. What have they done? Have they introduced something new? Have they done a new program? Nothing. They've done nothing new. It's simply that people start to travel again. So in 2020, the world was scared. You couldn't sneeze near somebody. You couldn't sniffle near somebody. You couldn't cough near somebody. You couldn't even go near somebody. You couldn't do anything. Because people were afraid. So people were not traveling. People didn't want to sit next to you on a bus, much less take a plane and come to your country to come and hang out. So your tourism in the year 2020 went down to zero. In 2021, you were still going through various aspects of that while it started later in the year to open up slightly and that sort of thing. But you were still way below. The only way we saw cruise ships in the later part of 2020 were when they came to drop Grenadians back home. That's the only way we were seeing cruise ships out in the waters, when they were coming to drop Grenadians back home. On their way to the different islands, they were dropping off workers. So when you see cruise ships start to come back with passengers, obviously in comparison to the year before when it had none, or it had very few, you're going to see growth. That has nothing to do with the NDC. If they're saying that there is growth, what is that growth on, and what have they done to create that growth? So if you're saying there's growth in the economy, point to what you have done that have created that growth in the economy. Because right now, you're breaking down people's shop all over the place. So the vendors that used to sell to those people are losing clients. So they're not making the same amount of money that they used to make before. They may have a storeroom or so that they may have to let go a person or two from, because they are not making the kind of money they were making before. Because you are removing a category of people, small businesses around the island, who generate millions of dollars on a monthly basis. Yes, not hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars on a monthly basis into the hands of these suppliers. You breaking down the place and you moving them. The people who contribute to the economy by selling in different areas, and so you moving them, whether it's on Port Highway or whether it's in the town without providing an alternative, you breaking them down and you moving them. So you are not adding anything to the economy there. You are taking away from the economy. Right? You have not, there's a set of people that have left school, and in my estimation, I'm thinking that we're speaking at least 1,500 to 2,000, and I'm just using a conservative average there, between the year 2022 and 2023 into 2024 that have left the school system, and we're speaking here of who have left TAMCC, who have left the secondary school system, that have not been able to secure any training opportunities or employment through any significant program. There isn't any, not just significant, there isn't any that is pushed by this government to absorb a 300 or a 400 here, or to absorb a 1,000 there. So you actually have an increase in the numbers of people who are out there looking for employment, looking for training opportunities. This government has done nothing to take those people in. So when you're talking about growth, show me where the growth is and show me what the projections are based on. It's easy to say growth, but over what period? That's why when we saw Andy Williams go and speaking about tongue-in-cheek about tourism, and tourism is improved, that had nothing to do with Andy Williams. That had nothing to do with Deacon Mitchell. That had nothing to do with Philip Telesford. That have nothing to do with the NDC administration. The rain falls because the atmospheric conditions are right for the rain to fall. Not because you come there and you put a rod in the air and you say, rain fall, the rain fall. No, it falls because the atmospheric conditions are correct. So you see the sky getting gray, you realize you start to see a drizzle in the distance, and you take your broomstick and you go and you stand up outside and you say, let there be rain. And then about 5 minutes later, rain start to fall. No, it didn't fall because of you. It fell in spite of you. So don't come to try and sell that to us. I'm glad the caller called and raised that one. I didn't see it. God doesn't watch them so page. It does not nothing sensible day, as we have just proven. 666 days. 666 days. Yeah? And that's the next thing. How are they projecting growth for the year 2024? You will do that in 2025 because you're not even finished with 2024 and you can't project growth like that. You're projecting it based on what? What are the criteria that you're basing that on? Have they started new projects? In fact, you have projects that are winding down. So the 6 Cents project that had over 1,000 people working on it, that wound down. Then you ended up with, you're going to have a staff of about 700 or so, I think is the staff that you're going to have there. So you're looking at that possibility of people being employed there. But those are people that are already working in the service sector. They're not going to be taking any and anybody and start training and so on now. Yes, they may take one or two, but they are taking mostly people who are already in the service sector. So what are they doing? The project down close to the airport there in Dr. Groom's, the beach house down there, that's completed. Yeah, that's completed. That has nothing to do with NDC. Projected growth of 4 points over 2020. That's idiot. I hope it's not economics this guy doing for. I hope it's not economics he doing. Because if he doing economics and his economics teacher hear that kind of nonsense from him, or if it's international business or something he doing, I hope he teacher and see that kind of. He better go and delete that right now because the teacher might put him out of a class or her class. They might say, no, that guy trying to make me look like I can't teach. Is an idiot? No, they'll put him out of class, man. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And I realized I had the overseas line engaged from last night into today. I took it off a while ago. So the overseas line was engaged. All right. And again, for those of you that are just joining us, again, we continue to mourn our good brother Turkey. Yes, Wayne Noel out there from St. David. He passed to the great beyond later this afternoon. I know I was speaking to Agista. That would be after 5. Somebody I was speaking to Auntie Agista. And then she told me that he went down to hospital this morning, that he had gone down to the hospital. So I intended to mention that he is at hospital and so on. You know, sometimes he would listen at the hospital and he would call. Because he would be listening at the hospital and he would call us from the hospital. He's done that a couple times here. I would get a call and then realize, well, wait, that Turkey calling from the hospital bed. Yeah? So he has passed on to the great beyond this afternoon. And of course, again, our sympathies go out to his family. Our sympathies go out to his friends. Our sympathy go out to the people of St. David, because the son of the soil of St. David. I don't know if he has connections anywhere else. I always know him in St. David. And of course, to the New National Party out there in St. David. I know he was a key member over the years in St. David. Our sympathies go out to each and every one of them. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Shirley, good night.
Hey, sir.
Listen, let me listen you properly. I want to really make certain. Listen, you have parliamentarians, MPs, whatever you want to call them, good? And you have, during that time, you have, they usually send out foot soldiers. That is how they usually say. And to get you register and so on, check you out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that should be a problem. Because I know that used to happen before, that when you send out people to check people at the different ages, and then you register them.
No,
so
but
that should be a problem.
What I'm saying now, it should not be a situation that you have to wait for people to come and get you to register you. It shouldn't be a situation of waiting. You see this waiting thing? You know you have to get registered. No political party, nobody should have to come and tell you that you need to be registered. You know that you have taken the age when you can be registered, go and get registered.
Okay, there is one. Listen me, I'm sure I have a identification card, that what you mark, and it is up to 2030.
No, not everyone doesn't have to re-register. What I'm saying is that there are people, for instance, you may have someone in your house who has just gotten to the age of 18.
Right.
And you know, especially when they're young, they're finding time to do everything else except go and get registered. And then you have an election coming up, so you realize rally start, this start, that start, and they're going all over, but it's still not on the voters list. And then when the election date is announced, that's the same young people who cussing and carrying on, and they have to go and stand up in a line from 2 in the afternoon until nearly 7 in the night to get in to go and get registered to cast their vote. No. They know they have to get registered now. Get registered. For the time they reach 18, it should be automatic. Go and get registered.
I understand all that, Shirley, but what I'm saying, if you have your parliamentarian, this would encourage that the foot soldiers to still come out.
Yeah, no, that has to be done.
Exactly.
It has to be done.
This is my main point.
Yeah.
Because I know they usually do that.
Mm-hmm.
I met one about 2 days ago. I saw the lady, and I tell them to come. I want to see them.
Mm-hmm.
They tell the person to tell me, I'll be passing by your home. But I didn't know that I wanted to ask her if she was out doing that. But she might have somebody thinking that she go past home and probably check out to find out if I register or something like that. So that's the reason why I call you. It's not anything. Because I know that usually happen, and it should continue.
No, I ain't saying you're wrong. You're right, but I'm saying in addition to what you're saying, that people, and don't get me wrong, I don't want you to think that what I'm saying that you say something wrong. You say exactly the right thing. Each constituency must organize and have their foot soldiers that go out and check and get in the stragglers. But every person for themselves should also know that you have a responsibility. Go and get registered.
Because in next couple of months, let's say about 3 more months, have to go and register. I will bring in her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surety on that. So you just have a nice night, and I'm listening as usual.
Okay, my brother.
Take care, brother.
All right. Thank you. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. We'll touch this one again.
European Union, a organization, they come to the Caribbean to put the country as one nation.
And I know somebody asked me to just put up a picture of Wayne. And let me see if I can do that here. That's our good friend Turkey. I don't know that he used to ride bike, you know. I think that is just a pose. Turkey was posing on that bike. But I don't know Turkey as a guy that used to ride bike. Maybe he did. I don't know. But yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that's our good brother Wayne Noel who passed to the great beyond this afternoon. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you that the little 5, the little 10, the little 20 that you all put into the account to try and help. It went along. We might have lost him long before now, but at least he was with us a little longer due to all the assistance those of you that gave were able to give and to assist. Yeah.
So I'm asking, what you doing?
And that's why I say, don't always think that somebody else doing it, I don't need to do it. If you can't, you can't. If you can, don't take the approach that, well, that person doing it so I don't have to, or that one doing it so I don't have to. Because if everybody take that attitude, then when things have to get done, they wouldn't get done because everybody will think that somebody else taking care of it already. No, we have to do this. Sometimes, for instance, people want to pass some information on to me in relation to something. And when I see them, they say, no, Sheldon, I say, well, didn't you get the information already? I say, no, I didn't get that information. They say, well, how you mean you didn't get that information? I thought you get that's why I don't call you. No, because people would call me with information sometimes. I may hear it already or know it already. And lots of times when they call with it, I just do like I never hear it before. Because in hearing it sometime from a different person, there may be a different perspective or something additional that I did not hear or know before that they are adding. So I can't just say, oh, I hear about that already. Don't bother to tell me nothing again. I'm done with that. No. You listen. You hear as much as you can hear in relation to it. So you might get the same story from about 3 people. And each of them tell you something additional in relation to it. Don't take the thing that Sheldon here already know already. Yeah? Send it. Tell me still. Nice? Yeah. Right? Just don't do that on a Sunday morning anytime before 10 o'clock, please. If I only forget our phone on a Sunday morning, it has some people calling you after 6 on a Sunday morning. Oh, God. I only feel so sorry for Brother Sheldon now. Oh, gosh.
What you doing? What you doing? Gilman Thomas. Hearing the Lakers falling. Uncle Tilly. Hearing the Lakers falling.
Yeah, that's one of the 2 mornings that I sleep late, yeah? Saturday and Sunday. That's the 2 days that I sleep late. They try to call me early sometime. The phone is off. And when it's on, oh gosh. Don't call me after 6 on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, please. I love you all. Oh gosh. Well, you find that song familiar, boy. Yeah, no, it's not Uncle Tilly, you know. We have a call online. Hello, good evening.
Good night, Sheldon Scott, and good night to the Grenadian people listening in Grenada, America, England, Canada. I want to say good night to the Chase family. I want to say good night to the Byam family, my son and my daughter in Georgia. I want to say good night. Your mother is alive. Anyhow, my heart goes out to that guy. That is my good friend, you know. That is my good friend for years. Yeah. There's how an earring in his ears. I didn't know what he, you know.
Yeah, he does have an earring. He always had the earring ears.
But that was my good friend, man. It's sad and my sympathy goes out to him. I mean, to his family, all the relatives, because I know how he feels when you lose someone. Look at me now. I can't get myself up to this day. Up to this minute, this hour, I can't get catch myself with my son-in-law. Because that man was so caring. He was so caring. I never find somebody like Richard. He was so caring. I can't catch myself up to now. You understand? And next thing I want to say, and I'm speaking to people in Grenada and all over the world, and I won't come on radio and live because he's not going to bring me anywhere. There is nothing in the health clinic. I went the day before. I just bring my medication. I just take the cocodamol. I just take Voltaren for pain. And every day I buy Voltaren. You could just, what Sheldon I sent you already many times. You could testify.
Cammy, I could more than testify that
You
you're
could
talking
testify.
the
And
gospel
I went
truth.
in with one, Mr. Scott, one I had. Because these past few weeks, I ain't selling nothing. And I'm really stressed, people. But I ain't crying, I ain't bawling. I don't ask nobody for no help. Because when I do help people, I just talk about it. Or they just text their friends and say what they do for people. So, Sheldon, I went in the health center. All the nurses know me. They know how to come with my medication. The doctor know how to come with medication. When the nurse was going to break the thing to get the medication, it falls from her and it breaks. Right? She tell me, Miss Scott, lie down there, go in the pharmacy. That's the pharmacy inside of the health center. And the man, they didn't have if a life of a girl could take me tonight. She had to send her next assistant to go and buy one for me. I said, no, nurse, I will go back. I have more in the bag in the terminal. I left the health center. I went back in the terminal and take one and bring it back for her to give me. I just go with my medication for months. I go there with medication, a good friend. The only thing I will lie, I just get there. I just ask for some sterilized gas. And I will lie on them. They will give me a 2 packets of gas. According to what me there. You understand? And it is not easy because I have to look for right now. I am thinking of traveling out to go and see about my leg. Because I don't want to go in the hospital. It didn't make no sense. It didn't have. I almost said they don't have no medication at all. But certain things they don't have. I just send in Canada. I just send money for my son. I could show you the receipt. I just send and ask friends. I have friends in America. I just tell them, bring ointment for me. And that is how I'm able to take care of my leg. But there is things they don't have. And the problem is, the nurses, I just feel sorry. Every time I go there, I speak out. The nurses is frustrated. The doctors is frustrated. They don't have tools to work with. They don't have. I don't know for other clinics, but in the health clinic and Melville Street, all the doctors that work there and the nurses, the caretakers, they're very frustrated. They just wait when I come because I don't speak. And you just have people inside there, they just stretch them out, they just grumble, they just say all kind of things. In NDC supporters I know, when NDC win that last election, they come all in front of me with flags and jump up and curse me. I see them inside there the day before. And them and I was frustrated. He didn't have nothing. But Sheldon and a lot of Grenadians doesn't like when I speak. They don't like what I have to say. I am not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for them people. Because you have a good man that's giving you something every weekend. You want to have a man that ain't giving you nothing. I'm not sorry for them. I come here with a Scott. I had 2 sores on my foot. Nobody was so sorry for me. You so hard on me foot. Nobody that is sorry. I do sorry for the Grenadian people that is in trouble now. I do sorry for them. Because I take my ears and hear Grenadians say, Dr. Kit Michelle do not, now all of us repeat that. You do nothing in Grenada. I hear Grenadians say Kit Michelle do nothing. You understand? They put a curse on their own self. That man in must be in Grenada. Kit Michelle could have stayed in America like some of y'all are there. Leave America and come home now. Live up your luxury life and come in Grenada. Come back and stay here. You understand? I could count a lot of things, Mr. Scott, what Dr. Kit Michelle and his team do for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Right on the terminal A. Everybody making $1. When they talk about the vendors, I sorry for some of the vendors. Because you have a lot of NNP supporters that they're on the ground to sell the liquor and go on breadfruit and they can't sell. You understand? Look at them people in Agu Road. Harper and Mason, you see. If you put some of them there, they vote for Claudette. Let Claudette get place and put them. And I was afraid to say it. I don't like these people. The reason I don't like them, you don't suffer for people. I don't like Deacon and his team. Why? You do not suffer poor people in this country. Because it's the poor people that build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The poor people that build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And if I see Mr. Deacon Michelle now, I will tell him that. And you can't stop me from speaking. This is a democratic country. I have the right to say when thing is wrong. Let them inside Motor over there in St. Paul's, what was called Shaggy, call and tell Shaggy what they have to tell him. I am going to speak out. Anytime I see the Prime Minister, I am going to say, Mr. Prime Minister, this is not right. If you're going to move everybody, you find a place and put them. When Kit and them wasn't perfect, Mr. Scott, they didn't perfect. They make errors. A lot of us make errors. They would have never moved these people. They might have find some solution and get place and put them. No, these is people now that we had a loan to pay back, and they have to pay the water, the lights. As much as I was sorry for them, because they know, you get greedy. They come and they tell you they go do this, they go do that, they go get all your loan, all you forget all the good man all you have, or the one pick up a foreigner, all the foreigner go back, or you get nothing. I don't sorry for them, and I don't want no Grenadian to sorry for me scammy. I have 5 children. Out of the 5, you have one that love his mother. And he just $7 for me. And I'm very skeptical of Grenadians to take things from them. I don't want none of you bring nothing for me to eat. I don't want you to kill me like Ralph Sampson. I don't want you to bring nothing for me to eat. Because I know somebody want to shut me up. I know that. A lot of you hate me because people passing and harassing me and saying all dirty kind of things in the face. You hear? I'm sorry. I come into you, Scott. If they want to come and chop me out from the terminal, I don't have a problem. I didn't agree with that. I accustomed with struggle. I accustomed with struggle. I remember what they did to me already, and I make it a fight. I don't like this thing. Kit Michelle help somebody else. NNP government send somebody in Morocco and study. How much young children under this Deacon government are you send? How much are young people are you send to study abroad? How much are you send in China? How much? And I'll do that 2 years. Hey! Give me a break, Grenada. Somebody only run out the country running good. Eh? How much young people this all to the children passing for you to sign the name on the shot. There's a next group of young people who will be frustrated home. They will come and look what they go. They don't work, you know. You could say 95% of young people is conductors and bus. Every day they come in and look for a bus people.
And Cammy, you've just made a very important point there because I
Yes,
was
sir.
passing through town today and I saw all those young people with the t-shirt, they do the t-shirt, and you know, you're exactly, there's another group of young people that coming out
That is
there.
I got a group they come and say, Miss Cammy, put your name and me shirt because you always running me up to school and telling me, go and study me schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
You always, they just beat me up in Grenada, but the job I just do, the police are doing it. The work I do in town for these children, the police that take an oath to serve does not do it. I come in. And I have all kind of things to say, but we scam me. A little day in Grenada, some a little away. Yes, a little come in Grenada. Yes. I remember a family member of mine when he come and he see me with sweet. He don't know where he is. He didn't know which part of Grenada he is. A little ungrateful. Ungrateful is a curse. Ungrateful is a curse. And I just, we was hit Michelle. Or you have backyard. Or you have backyard.
Cammy?
Yes, sir.
I will even give you a chance to call back a little later.
Yes, sir. Good night.
You could
Good
call.
night.
You could call back. All
I
right?
say what to say, you know.
I know. I'm telling you, you
And
could call back
anytime
too.
you hear Mr. Scott, you don't want me to call, go for it. I won't bet.
No, but
But
I'm
I have
telling
to
you.
clear me conscience.
No,
because
listen.
I don't like what's going on.
Cammy,
I suffering.
Let me tell you something.
I am suffering.
You know, the whole time you're talking there, I mute my microphone. I just say, let Cammy talk.
I suffering.
No,
I
sometimes
am
people have to talk.
suffering. Mr. Scott, I am suffering because I go in town every day. I put up my table
I see
with
it.
my clothes and my little thing,
I see
and
it.
nobody buying.
I seen it. I just be there and I seen it.
They don't buying. They buying a little ping pong, 50 cents for ping pong.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's selling? You know what's selling? The
Paper.
raw
Paper.
and cigarette to smoke marijuana. They lighting it up Friday. Have a good day.
All right,
Have a
Cammy.
good night, Tammy. Good night, good night. Good night to
Later.
everybody.
All right. No, Cammy's not. Cammy's talking the exact truth. That is what is taking place. Yeah, we're at the health center, as we said last night. The doctors have said clearly that they're not going down that road. What is taking place there, where they can't get the CBC test done, is endangering the lives of the people who are coming for care at the health facilities. And it is unfair to them, the patients that are coming in, and it is unfair to the doctors because they know what has to be done. And it seems as this government is incapable of providing what is needed urgently for the healthcare system. So now you reach to the stage of asking a family member to leave St. Andrew or St. Patrick or St. Mark and come down to the general hospital, collect the blood sample from the people at that facility, and to take the blood sample, walk down the hospital step, go and take a bus and go and bring it to go and get tested. So, come on, man. Yeah, we have to be serious with this thing. We can't be operating like that. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, my deepest sympathy to Mr. Just up here and her family, and my heart goes out for her.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right, my brother. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 666 days after the general election. I didn't even know that when I was coming in. But I have a count. Yeah, counting them out. Every day is not a day additional for them, you know. So tomorrow will be 667, but that is, don't count it as a day additional. That is 666 days less that they have in office. Every day is a day closer to when they go. Yeah? every day is a day closer to when they go. Right? You know, it have a song I ain't play for a long time. Without one disappear too. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. You know, I know that song disappeared too. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440-7377. Somebody said they want to hear this one again. Okay, let me touch this one again.
NLP, don't waste no time. We throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Young song, we had to do a rewrite, man.
In the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Till boy in the garbage, full of ton in the garbage. All in the garbage.
Denna Abraham, good night.
Gilbert in the garbage. Osbert in the garbage. Lambert in the garbage. John Parcel in the garbage. They feel like we stupid. We don't know we cannot see.
440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get inside to tonight's program. Yeah, those are the numbers for you to call and get in. Because again, and Cammy was making that point, and it's a very valid point. Just remember, all of those young people that you saw in town today with their school shirt with the little patterns on it, and they're asking each person to write on the shirt and different things like that. Understand what that means, and their secondary school education is over. So for those who can go to TAMCC, because you could say that, okay, you're getting your tuition free and so at TAMCC, but there are parents that still cannot afford to pay for the bus for the children to go. They still can't afford. So they may still not go. Some of them may say, okay, rather than go to TAMCC, I want to go and look for a job. And so they don't try to get into TAMCC, but they focus on trying to enter the job market. But what is there? What is there available right now? What are the training opportunities that are available for the young people? When you see the applications, and for many months, I was putting out nearly on a weekly basis via my Facebook page, I was gathering all of the wanted ads that I saw and put them out and so on. You know what they always ask for? Experience. So how does a person that has just left secondary school or has just left TAMCC, because remember, you have a pile of them that are going to graduate from TAMCC in a timing as well. So you have those that are going to graduate from TAMCC, those that are coming out of the secondary school system, those that are coming out of NULO and so on. All of them are coming out to enter into the job market and join those who came out last year. So when you see those t-shirts there, not t-shirts, but when you see those shirts there, those last assembly shirts, it should be a wake-up call. Hey, trouble brewing, because while these are young, intelligent young people and they have their dreams and their aspirations and so on, you recognize that there's a government who lacks the ability to help them realize those dreams, who lacks the ability to understand that these young people have dreams and they need assistance. So when they have the Grenada Development Bank and somebody come and say they want to do a boat, and they know that the boat is going to cost about a 90-something thousand to 100,000 to get the boat and the engine and one or two, that can't even finish outfit the boat, but to get one or two other things, safety gear and so for the boat. So the person who want to do the fishing, they can't get the money out of the GDB. But a government minister could walk in and get 1.7 for a house. And our next government minister could come and get a 2 million, even if they want to put it at the 300,000. But they could get 2 million with the business that they get the money for. But they could get it. But the person that go there to get the other money, they can't get it. The people that putting together the business plan and so on, you had a place where people could have put together the business plan, where young people could have gone, put together a business plan for free, get guidance and so on, and then take that business plan to bring it to the Grenada Development Bank, or if they want to go to Cooperative Bank with it, or they want to go to Republic Bank or ACB with it, or they want to go to the credit union and say, look, I have this business idea. I want to start, I'm good at fashion design, so I want to do some clothes. I want to sew clothes for people and so on. And so I want to buy this. I want to buy a sewing machine. I want to buy this or that. And I want to get into it. So I need X amount of money. And I think that I would be able to gain this amount of money on a monthly basis over a period of time. I can pay for it and expand or whatever. So instead of giving young people those opportunities, they just see after themselves. So the ministers could walk out with multi-million-dollar loans. But the small man can't even get enough money to buy a boat and an engine to go and fish, to provide food for the people of Grenada, to provide into something for the economy that could bring in as much as $40 million in the lower end into the Grenadian economy. Yeah, tuna and thing could bring in real money and does bring in a significant amount of money. The problem we have is that Grenada, and I think we need to start shaking up ourselves, checking ourselves with that. Grenada is still importing more fish than it exporting. And that have nothing to do with the government. Now, I'm not going to blame this government or any government before for that. That has to do with us. Because years ago, I had this friend, he was doing his degree. I think he was doing at that time his master's. And one of the areas he was looking at was the fishing industry in the Caribbean. And as he knew me from Grenada, he contacted me. He's American. He contacted me and he said, well, look, I'm trying to get some figures in relation to fishing in Grenada and so on, and how you utilize fish. He said, but I'm seeing some strange figures because you're an island, know you all do fishing and so on, but from the information I'm seeing, the data I'm seeing, you all are importing more fish than you're exporting. And I was challenging him on that. I said, hey, what this you're talking, man? The amount of tuna and things that's be leaving here and go overseas and so. And then when I check myself, I say, but no, we export tuna, but we import container loads of tuna in the tins and so on. Yeah, we import tuna, mackerel. We import load of mackerel, whether it's mackerel in ketchup and all this kind of thing, or salted mackerel and all these things. Smoke herring. All of that is fish. All of that is seafood. We import that. Salt fish, we import it. So the smoke herring, the salt fish, all of that is seafood that we import. We import the shrimp because some people love the shrimp, so we import shrimp. We import all different types of stuff. Yeah, and what do we export? We export mainly the tuna and lobster and so. But the rest of the stuff we import. So we find ourselves importing more than we exporting when it comes to fish. Yet still, when a young man goes to get a boat, you tell him, well, we gave you the money for the boat, but the engine you have to work out on your own. So where you go and paddle? Oh, man. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I did.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm not 100% because of, well, but I did. Yeah, but go right ahead.
Good. All right, yeah. But more and more if you think, and if you look across the board, they talk a lot about agriculture in Grenada. You see, by talking a lot, you don't do the work. You have to act upon it, right? In spite of what, we have a lot of computerized here and everywhere. You cannot do anything on computer. There should be a form of in-depth education to drive the younger ones to do agriculture, because as you said, not only fish, there's a lot of other items, many things that we import. Grenada import a lot of stuff. We don't really export anything much from what we look at the import and export exchange. So at least first thing, we should not, when we do agriculture or anything, fish, anything, we should first of all put more emphasis in supplying our local or home. Let's feed ourselves before we send out. There's another neighboring island have problem as well. And you see, those things completely try to, enforce the raise of cost of living. But if you grow things at home, it's easier for us. Yeah, it's very, very easier for us. And we're not seeing much of that is happening. Nothing much of that nature is happening. Look, for example, if you look at 10 years ago, right, leaving from where you are, going to St. George's, how many people selling coconut water? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
See how much people selling coconut water. And to be honest with you, there's a couple of guys right by the roundabout. When I go there, like these guys and them just, like they're busy. within 2-3 hours, like a van will just move out. They sell that and they go on. They make close to more than
But you
$500,
see,
$700.
but the thing is, who has gone into seriously planting coconut for that particular purpose?
Yeah, well, they see that is the next thing. That is the next thing. In the day, that is working very well. But for how long the trees will last? Where are you planting the coconut? So all these kind of things have to go in sync it, because this you have the market for it. The same thing, like if you look 20 years back when the hurricane hit Grenada, we had very nice nutmeg in Grenada, but was enough emphasis put that despite that the country has 100 years and 200 years old trees, right? But did you have extra plant on the ground by the trees that you're having? If anything happened today, tomorrow, we didn't have anything. Yeah? We didn't have it. So you have to keep planting. While you picking, you have to keep planting. Yeah? Especially right now, if you see across the board, short crops are very low in Grenada. Yeah, very low in Grenada. So if everybody, a lot of people put emphasis in doing that, if government have to, for example, you have to do borehole, right? And stuff like that, to help the farmers go further. You have to do it, but push it. We have the Chinese here. We have the, Cuba is not too far from Grenada, and we have good relationships with them. So we should use those, because Cuba, is right there, and they do a lot of agriculture. Yeah, they do a lot of agriculture, and they stood. Just imagine how much embargo they had, all this kind of thing, and they just stood. They feed the people, and we could get help from them. We don't want anything but just to get the people from there to give us the ideas and come and show you how to work with the people here to get it started. We could do it, but we have to put the drive in it. And agriculture is one of the biggest backbone of the economy. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we could do it. Not to say we cannot do it, but we have to put the drive.
Yes,
we have to put the drive. Because everybody want to be IT and this and that. Everybody just technology, whatever your belly. You must eat.
All right.
Yeah, you must eat, yeah?
Okay,
Anyhow, have a pleasant night.
All right, thank you. And I have to make a call here. Let me see if I could get a good friend of mine. Let me see if I can reach them now. Come on, computer. Why are you doing that? You're misbehaving at the wrong time, yeah? You're misbehaving at the wrong time. So let me try it this way then. Right. So let me see if I could get a good friend of mine. Let me see if I could get them onto the program tonight. Yeah, let me see if I can get them onto the program there.
Don't waste no time. We
All right. Hi, good night to you, sir. And folks, let me let you know we have the Honorable Oliver Joseph. I still saying Honorable. Oliver Joseph, good night, sir.
Good night to you. Good night. It's a sad night. Very sad night for us.
Yes, indeed. So, go right ahead. Go right ahead, brother.
With the sad news that our brother, Turkey, died today.
Oh, you need to lower whatever is in the background. You just need to lower it down a bit for us, please.
Oh, I know what's happening. I'm listening to you on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Yes. Lower it down a bit for us and go ahead. Yeah.
You're right. You're correct. Let me lower it down because I am. Yeah. Died today.
Yeah. So go ahead when you're ready.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I'll load on the laptop. That's what I was be listening to you on.
Oh, okay. No problem. But go right ahead.
Right. So I want to express my deepest sympathy on behalf of all the constituency of St. David's, all his friends, relatives. It's a really sad day for us, given the circumstances under which Turkey died. He was suffering from kidney failure and on dialysis when his son was called to the ministry and told to pick up a letter for his father. So he thought it was a get well card, only to realize the letter was saying that we have terminated your service. This is a guy that had a contract to maintain 2 playing field. And when he got sick, his son and 2 other guys, they were continuing with the work. In fact, people were saying that they're doing an excellent job. And his contract would have expired in May, but they could not wait. In February, they sent a letter giving him 1 month notice that his contract will be terminated. And that had a devastating effect on Turkey. Because he said, well, how would I pay now for the dialysis and pay my bills and maintain myself? And I said to him, don't worry, we will assist, God will help. You're a good person. You'll make it. But people could not believe they will do something like that. To send a letter for him in the hospital stating that his service has been terminated, and he never recovered from that. No. And we speak on a daily basis.
It really hurt him, huh? That really hurt him.
It hurt him. I mean, his aunt just called me this morning and say, Turkey not doing well. They called the ambulance for him. And then when she called me later this evening to tell me he died, she was not herself. She was bawling so much, to know.
And I realized I missed a call. I realized I missed some calls from her just as I was starting the program, that she was trying to reach me, both herself and yourself.
Yes. Right. I was trying to reach you. That's right.
Yeah.
Because he speaks very highly about you, and he listens to your program every night.
Yeah. Even from the hospital, night. Turkey called to the program from the hospital,
Yes, from the hospital, he listens you, and every day, and it's just sad to see how this whole thing played out, and we're really in mourning now for Turkey. He was such a lively person.
Yeah.
He always involved in everything in the community, and so all the members on the chat, my phone is going non-stop with calls and text messages and so on. So he's gone, and we have to keep, reminiscing on it, and at this, God knows best. But it's just the way everything unfolded and the way it happened. Because Michi was on this program, and he couldn't continue when he got the message.
Yeah, Michi wouldn't be able to, no.
No, Michi said he cannot continue. He just had to leave.
I only continue because I know he would not want the program to just stop for that. I know Turkey would not want no program stop for that. He does say, Sheldon, give them in the tail.
Yes,
give them in the tail.
So the discussion you're having there about trade in Grenada and our deficit and so on, that's a separate program we need to have, because I was Minister of Trade for 7 years.
Yeah.
And therefore we could discuss about our input bill and our export and so on, to give people some facts.
Yeah. But I want you to go yet, because I had to ask you a question about one other portfolio that you cover. I ain't letting you get away tonight. You're answering that one tonight.
But if I'm saying something wrong, it's because I took it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking straight.
Oh gosh, I know. but outside of you being Minister of Trade, and we definitely will have that discussion on another night. Recently we saw the appointment. Well, we're hearing of the appointment, the reopening of the High Commission in Canada. We're hearing the High Commission will be reopened and so on. But yet still we hear conflicting statements from the government that, hey, we are trying to build a professional diplomatic service. From what you're seeing and from the appointments they have made, because I don't know Mr. Tali Francis, and that's one of the names they keep putting in front. I don't know him as having been involved in diplomacy before. I know him as a banker or in economics or something in that field, but not in the diplomat field. What do you have to say about this particular issue?
Listen, just like everything else, the minister is very poor at making excuses. He could have done it in a simpler way. He could have said, well, if I was there, and with 90 percent of the people appointed as political appointees. All he had to say was, well, we had to do this political appointment in the first 2 years so that we train a new cadre of public servants. We get them ready to take over. Instead of coming and try to fool the population and say, we are committed to having young people in these embassies and professional diplomats there, and turn around and appoint 90% political. You're not fooling people with that. People know that Grenada is a small place,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a limited number of embassies that we have. So you need to come. Don't treat or consider people in a way that you could say these things and you think people wouldn't understand. You have people who know these things and understand how it operates. So come, be truthful. Be straightforward.
You give one of your boys a blight. Just say you give one of your boys a blight. We go understand, we go understand.
But was not he that was supposed to go when they took the decision to open the High Commission? Was a minister,
Oh yes, I was. I was hearing as the present Minister of Youth was supposed to have gone.
That's right. That's correct. But he said that he's doing he has a young family and so on, and he wouldn't like to leave Grenada at the moment. And in any event, there is no need. There's an OECS embassy in Ottawa that serves all the OECS countries.
But they're claiming,
Grenada.
But hold on, the minister is claiming that no longer exists.
No, that's not true.
He's saying that it has closed since the year 2011. He's saying that OECS thing has been closed since 2011. That's what he's claiming.
No, that's not correct. That's why we did not appoint a High Commissioner to Canada based in Ottawa, because of the OECS arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the OECS arrangement there. So you want to send a High Commissioner. You, as government, you have the prerogative. You could send whoever you want. Come clean. You see, when you come straight, the people will understand,
Yeah.
You see, this is the person that we want to put there. We think this person could do the job. Let the population make their own judgment. But don't hide behind the fact that you go to send a young cadre of diplomats and look at the age of the people that you're appointing. Come straight and say that, And so they have decided to send, well, he didn't say the name of the person though.
Well, he didn't say the name of the person, but he said, why not that person? When asked the question, why that person, he said, why not that person?
Yes. But again, Grenada is such a small place. They will know.
But when the person going around telling people for himself that he's the person going, I mean.
Well, exactly. That is it. They don't realize the person will be saying, well, I will be around for too long because I have to go to this position as High Commissioner. So the person going around saying that, but you don't want to call the name. And then you ask him, the interviewer on GBN asked him, well, what is the cost of maintaining this High Commission? He said he don't know the cost. Listen, when you're doing, I was a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then I became Minister of Foreign Affairs. When you preparing a submission to go to cabinet, you must put the cost implication.
Mm-hmm.
How much it will cost for the rental, the building, the salaries, how many staff members you send in there. That is important, So you are the High Commission. You're going to have a minister counselor, a first secretary, a second secretary. How many people you will staff it with? And then you calculate the total cost. And you send that to cabinet. So cabinet, when they're making the decision, is fully aware of the cost of such a decision.
And before you move further on it, I think people may hear that and they may not understand where you're coming from. Now, any decision that has to be made at cabinet, and I'm just saying this for the general public, a document has to come from a ministry that is proposing for that particular decision to be taken. So in the instance of creating a high commission in Canada, Cabinet has to make a decision on that. Now the permanent secretary prepares a document and sends it to Cabinet. That document says what they want to do, why they want to do it. We want to be able to reach people, this, that. What are the good, the bad, and the ugly about it? It also says these are some of the pitfalls of doing it. It doesn't just say what is the good thing, because you have to have a discussion in the cabinet room about it. So it says,
of course,
this is what the good areas about it are. There's some of the negative areas. It gives a cost, as you've just heard, because remember, the person that we're speaking to now was a permanent secretary for how many years in that ministry?
I was a permanent secretary from 2006 to 2009.
Right, apart from working in that field for many years before.
Yes, apart from working there.
Yeah, so there's no way the minister could convince any of us who have spent time within that level of the system that he don't know the cost. He lie. Because the cost must be on the cabinet submission.
But the next thing is, there is no provision in the budget for it,
Yeah.
When they present, so in doing the cost analysis, the submission must say where the money coming from, because you did not budget for a high commission in Canada in the budget. So you must say to cabinet that's where the money is going to come from.
And you could cover it in the supplementary later in the year. You could align it by doing a supplementary later in the year, but you must say where the money coming from and how much.
You must say how much, where the money comes. Even if it is funded by some external funding, you're getting the money externally. You still have to show the cost and identify the source of the funding. And so these are things you cannot escape from. So to try to cover it up, this is not a right approach. And I find this minister love covering up. When he said about this Samoa agreement, and he said he had to move between meetings, so he didn't realize he was signed, and he taking full responsibility. Well, he has to take the responsibility because he cannot throw the prime minister under the bus. He has to make the prime minister look good. So he has to accept full responsibility as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So that was totally unnecessary.
But so let me ask this question as well, as you mentioned the Samoa agreement. Is the minister, as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, are you telling me that we have out there honorary consuls, ambassadors, etc., who sign documents without the knowledge of the minister, or they must get that directive from the minister?
They must get the directive. They cannot on their own sign a document that binds the state of Grenada without getting the approval. And in my case, I must go to cabinet and seeking cabinet approval for the ambassador to sign it, so the whole of cabinet will know that the minute that I am seeking permission to authorize the ambassador to sign.
So in other words,
it's buying Grenada.
A mention or a cabinet submission must be made in relation to that as well. You don't just go in cabinet and that just come up by you would have a cabinet mention, or you would have a cabinet submission in relation to that particular issue as well. So in other words, you're saying that the prime minister who was sitting next to him knew that permission was given to sign. He definitely would know.
Well, except
he's the chairman.
Except they're operating differently. That you don't have to go to cabinet with these things, and that the ambassadors and them could just sign an agreement and then inform the minister. Because the minister said he was not informed when the agreement was signed. He was informed after it was signed. Well, I don't. That is shameful. A minister,
that's madness.
A foreigner, is saying that his ambassador signed the agreement and he was informed after the agreement was signed. But that's not how you run ministries, and that's not how you run the affairs of the country. After, he has to be before. He must get your agreement. to do it, but as I said, they operate differently.
Yes, indeed. They,
So
they say they're doing things differently. So let's see if doing things differently is not necessarily doing them proper. It's just doing them
no,
differently.
yes, not proper, not according to the protocols and the procedures, but differently.
Yes, indeed.
That's how they're doing things.
My brother, I
Yes.
don't want to take up much more of your time because I know while you're talking there, I know your phone going off, your messages coming in, and so on.
That's-
So I know. But you all will keep me informed as to the arrangements and so.
Yeah. Oh yes, we will. We will because
Okay.
that was your loyal listener.
Yes, of course. Thank you so very
right.
much, Mr. Oliver Joseph, the Honorable Oliver Joseph, my good friend. We'll be speaking soon again.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good.
Yes, indeed, folks. Wow. And as I finished there, the call on the other line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Oh, boy. Good night to you, Auntie Ajusta. Hello?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, gosh. I know. You try your best.
Leslie Ann says she's not getting through with you on WhatsApp.
Who isn't getting through with me?
Leslie Ann. Aruba.
Okay. Oh, well, she could call me on the WhatsApp number. Oh, my goodness. I just realized what happened. For the entire program, I haven't had the WhatsApp open. Oh, dear. Yes, and oh, Lord. I missed a lot of calls.
I say she calling and she don't get it through, so she asked me to call you and tell you.
Yeah, I'm so good. I'd have to take an extra 5 minutes tonight online because of that. Because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Yeah, I missed a pile of calls on WhatsApp tonight, at least 11. So, oh boy, I'm so sorry. Leslie Ann, call me as soon as you see we're done. Auntie Ajusta, he's not in pain. And we did all that could have been done. All right? That's the most I could say at this point in time. You tried your very best. And I know that he knew that he aunt tried her very best. All right? Hello? Yeah. Okay, my dear. And all right. Okay. And one thing I always say to people, I always say, cry it out. And this thing about don't cry and thing, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in that at all. When somebody close to me go and if I want to lie down on the ground and ball and roll, don't come around me and tell me don't lie down on the ground and ball. Let me let out what I have to let out. After that, we could talk, we could think everything good. Leave me, let me cry. If I want to ball, leave me, let me ball. If I want to cry, leave me, let me cry. So let it out. Don't play it strong and you're holding it in. Strong is let it out and don't care what people say. You alone know your feelings, so you have to let it out sometimes. Yeah? So let me see if I could call back one or two of the listeners that were trying to reach us on the WhatsApp. Let me see if I can get back to at least one or two of them before we're out of time. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night to you, Sheldon. How are you?
I am okay. I'm so sorry. For some reason, I clicked on the WhatsApp and I had it closed because, as I said, everything switched around. So it switched from left to right. So it kind of threw me
left to right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just calling, feeling so sad that I'm not home, passing off my nephew Turkey,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
Do accept our sympathy as well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to take it easy, but my pressure, I don't want it really.
No. Yeah, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah, I take pressure pills every day. So
yeah,
I have to be just calm and
Listen, actually, as I was just saying, sometimes I believe holding it in does raise your pressure,
Yes, I think so.
Listen, if you have to ball, if you have to ball. You have to cry. You feel like lie down on the ground and roll until they have to wet you. Do it. Get it out your system. When you're done with it, you're done with it.
Yeah, in this place, when you people pass out, they hear you bawling, first thing they calling is the police because they're thinking something is wrong,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to make that kind of, next thing they hear me bawling and I live right by the road, so
yeah,
right on the road and people are wrong, so I don't really want to do that. And next thing,
within minutes you see the cops reach.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Wondering what's taking place. They are very, very funny in this Aruba here.
Yeah. I see that's
But
that's the
I'm
good thing
trying to
about
take
Grenada. We could do what we have to do.
what? Yes, I told them. I just tell them. I say, listen, in Grenada, when you have a dead, when you bury a dead in Aruba here, it's like nobody dead. I don't know if they're so precious to cry. I don't know, but I tell you, it does be like not even a dead
Me
buried.
are crying. I don't care nobody say you don't have to cry. I'm crying.
Boy, your
I ain't
place a
holding
kind of
nothing in.
place.
I'm not holding nothing in to please nobody. For what? For my blood pressure to go up and my heart to stop or I get a
And
stroke?
we had, that's
Crying.
right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but
Say
I
big
mean,
man don't
I
cry.
really miss Tucky and
Big man don't cry. There's
balling.
more than no big man don't cry. There's more than ball.
Yeah, when I see big men crying home watching funeral,
Who's
and I
studying
will
them?
say, oh my God.
But who's studying them are crying? A ball in the part of ball.
Yeah, you have to cry. You have to cry. You have to ball if you could ball, but it's just I ain't want to. Because I remember when my brother died back home, I was here also, and I started to ball, and the neighbor came out. She said, no, 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 no. She said, don't do that. If people, the person, they hear you bawling first, and they call the police. Because they hear the bawling, and they wonder, well, what is taking place here?
Yeah.
So I just had to take, but I'm trying to take it easy,
Indeed.
Because I'm
My
sorry I'm
friend,
not home, but
yeah. My friend, you
just
try
trying to hold
try to take it easy. All right? You try
Yes,
in
I'm trying.
whichever way you need to, you let it out, but try and take it a bit easy, all right?
Yes.
Okay, my
Yes, I
friend.
will do that.
I
Yes,
I
thank
was
you very
going to
much.
say enjoy the rest of your night, but I know you ain't enjoying tonight.
No, I can't do that at
I know
all.
you ain't enjoying tonight. All right, my dear. We'll speak.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Okay, great.
yes,
All
thanks.
right.
All right, bye-bye. Okay.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, and I'm gonna spend a few minutes more. So those of you that were trying to reach us on the WhatsApp, you could give us a call. Those that have been trying to reach us on the WhatsApp, give us a call. I take full responsibility because I myself I was using something else on the same computer, so the WhatsApp went to the back, so I wasn't seeing. I don't hear when the WhatsApp ring. I don't hear when any of the lines in here ring. I have to look for it physically, and before I had it more that way, so I would see it. Especially when I'm speaking in camera, I would see it. Now I have to kind of look to the side here to pick up on it, and then look on the side here for other things and read more messages over there, and so it sort of tied up everything. All right, yeah. So the phone lines are still open. We're gonna go 5 minutes over the time. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Janice, there's ball. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't find nothing wrong with some people. Oh, why they hush them out there? Why don't they leave people that you don't know how people feel. Leave people that express themselves when they're going through the thing. Leave people, let them get it out. Where let them stay, and then the blood pressure thing and stroke and all that. Let the people get it out. All right? 440-7377, 347-329-3101. We have a call online. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sheldon. How are you?
Yeah, a day. I want to say a good bad day.
Well, I'm calling from the south. I'm wishing you all the best in your endeavors. I don't know if it was my phone, but I think it was your. I was getting some trouble early on, but it came back strong.
Okay. Oh, for the WhatsApp. Okay.
Hey, you. Let me tell you who is me.
Yeah.
That is the lady next door, Martin. I came back.
The lady
2 weeks
next.
now.
The lady next door. Oh, okay. Yes.
But I was down Trinidad, and I was still getting you all, I was getting you all in Grand Mall.
You're getting us all over the world.
Good to hear about you. Good to hear. And my friend is here by me too.
Yes, I spot them in the veranda when I was passing through that area. I think it was about Tuesday. I saw them there. Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
All right.
I just trying to get everything fixed together, But
yeah, I know the scene. Yeah. All right,
yeah.
dear. So we'll be speaking soon again.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
All right. You stay blessed. 440-7377. That's 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers you can call to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Jacket Man, good night to you, my brother. Yeah, Jacket Man, some people say they want to reach you and think, I have to pass your number on to some people because they've said that they want to talk with the Jacket Man. Yeah, they want to relate with the Jacket Man. So I've got to pass your number on to some people. All right, folks. So yes, we're taking just about 3 minutes again. 3 minutes again. So if you call, we could take your call in about that. Yeah, within the 3 minutes, we could take your call. At the end of that, we cannot take the call again. All right. But for now, we could take your call within the next few minutes. We'll be able to take your call. All right. And let's go to the phone line. Hello. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey,
good night. Good night.
Pastor.
Yes, brother.
Oh, boy.
Listen, we on behalf of the PD12 group down here, we would like to give our condolences to the family of Brother Tucky.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sad moment, and let the family know that we're gonna be there supporting them, especially on my side, from the neck of my woods, the music side of it.
Yeah.
You know, so just let me, we'll be in touch. We know exactly when it's going to be and where, and so we're going to get the music organized. We're going to support the family, because Toki has been a real great strength, great tower in this constituency. You know, he'll be really, really missed. I know Minister, Brother Joseph, how he's feeling about our brother's, brother death, you know.
And especially the circumstances that kind of expedited the entire thing, eh? What was that wickedness that was done to him that kind of speed up the entire thing, you know? So, yeah, it's a hard one. Yeah.
I wonder where is the conscience of these people are, you know. I'm baffled, you know, saddened by this, you know. I don't understand. They need their scriptures to read and they see how the Lord related to people, you know, the disciples and all of that, and people themselves, how they relate to one another. You know, they have no conscience whatsoever. But nevertheless, we'll come around.
Yeah.
We'll come around.
All right, my brother.
We have much more to say, but not tonight because the time is up.
Yeah.
Have a good
All right,
night.
thank you so very much, my brother.
Good night, Auntie.
All right, yeah, she's
All right,
down,
take
boy.
care.
Oh gosh, yeah. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I wonder if I have and now, man, I still going. I still going out with a NNP tune tonight, and I can't not go out. I know some people they only want the garbage can. All you only want garbage can. Yeah, don't worry, I will get all your garbage can before we go. All right, folks. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here. Oh boy, and just as I started that, somebody, let me just take the last call. Yeah, I'll give the person the last call. Hello, good night. Hi, I was just about to wrap and I see the phone ringing. I just decided to take the very last call, so you had to make that one quick. Go ahead.
I'm viewing Turkey's death as indirect murder.
You're very low, eh?
I am viewing Turkey's death as indirect murder. Turkey was employed in that he was able to take care of himself, pay for his dialysis.
And you have to make it quicker because remember the time is gone, eh?
Look at the manner in which he was treated in hospital, issued a letter termination, and he had to depend on friends, family, well-wishers to do his dialysis. We're not saying that he was going to live forever. At some point in time, we know he was going to die. But the time and the manner, it's not nice. So that's why I'm terming it as indirect murder. May his soul rest in peace.
Okay, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. So, folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely, oh gosh, the first night I'm going to be speaking about Brother Turkey and not to and with him. See what I always say what I say? I want to be speaking to and with you. Don't want to be speaking about you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, those of you that can enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we will be back on Monday night, God's willing, with talking points for you. I think we're going to be playing some clips on Monday. Will we be playing some clips on Monday? We should be. All right, folks, and don't forget, we need the donations. So those of you that can donate, just remember you're going to this. You just type in the pay.gotofet.com/484. You go to that and you can donate. We do need the donations. So those of you that can, the 5, the 10, the 20, whatever you can, give us a help out. All right. That's all the time for tonight. I am out of here. And let me give all the one all you wanted, man. Yeah, I give it all. What do you think? Hey, yes, man. Let me give it here.
NLP, don't waste no time. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Till boy in the garbage, full of ton in the garbage. Alin in the garbage, Nazim in the garbage. Gilbert in the garbage, Asbat in the garbage. Lambert in the garbage, John Parcel in the garbage. They feel like we stupidity. We dumb and we cannot see. It's meant from the RNC that want to come back and rule we. We telling them loud and plain. We ain't jumping foot again. We don't want no hijackers to hijack Grenada again. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Dennis in the garbage. Glennis in the garbage. George Prime in the garbage. Ingrid in the garbage. Walker in the garbage. Peter in the garbage. Michael Chuck in the garbage. Tilboy in the garbage. Look through the whole country. Improvement for all of we. Even our blind man could see that NLP working for we. We don't want no hooligans to suffer with future plans. So let we take NDC and throw them in perseverance. We throw in NDC in the garbage can. 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 Asbot Charles in the garbage. Tilboy in the garbage. Full of tongue in the garbage. Alin in the garbage. Nazimbo in the garbage. Lambert in the garbage. John Parcel in the garbage. Gilbert in the garbage. They said the PM whining. That is why they don't like him. Tilboy a muscle and wine cause Nazim stand up right behind. Don't talk about the rest of them. They behaving like children. Them fellas could never win with his whole joint of corrupting. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Some asking where I come from, how I reach on this platform. So I tell them first and foremost I am a born Grenadian. Although I live in Brooklyn, that don't really mean nothing. I come out to put a hand and help in my nation building. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. Hey! Wait now, who you talking about? Till boy? No way about that. Spaceman was with him. He can't run away. Hold him! Space! What one, man? Give it him, man. Who you talking about, John Parcel? The little black boy will take care of that. Them can't beat me, you know. I tell you that. Garbage for them. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can. We throw in and they say in the garbage can.
Spider. Skinny. On the other day, everybody singing one song. What is singing? Election coming there, you know who they're voting for. But you have a kind of chorus they were singing.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenadians go vote back Dr. Mitchell.
I said till the 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye, no cookie eye. Bring on.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till he fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye, no cookie eye. Bring on.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. Oh Lord. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
NDC say a wind of change was coming in the country. Some people was so sad, some was real happy. If you thought Ivan and Emily was the worst thing you see, they say NDC is the